Hello everyone. I want to do a short video today about the location tracking feature of Nexus and how to use it. And many people are doing location tracking on a whiteboard by the machine. You've got lots of magnets, you need to move them around, you need to have a little key to explain how the magnet works. It's quite tedious and time consuming. So I put the feature in here and it looks like this. Some people might be familiar with that MBE systems have a automated sample transfer, some systems, and they have a screen that looks a bit like this. And we're going to use the same kind of system, but use it to track manually the samples. So here I have my places for samples within the system, if you like. So there's a load lock. This is where we introduce the samples into the vacuum system. And then there's a storage area where we transfer the samples from the load lock into the kind of outgassing stage. There's a storage stage. And then there's the outgassing stage itself, which is a heated stage. And there's the manipulator where we're actually doing the growth. So that one is in the growth chamber. And I've put two samples in here, sample 0001 and 0002. And they're both gray and kind of inconspicuous at the moment because they're new. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to, for example, into storage one to say that I moved that sample manually. And then I do the same with the other one and I move it into storage two. So now the samples are coming into the system. And what we want to do is grow on these samples, right? This is how we're going to use this, right? So when we click here, I can move this one to the outgassing stage, for example. And then after I've outgassed it, I can change its state and I can set it to outgassed. And then it turns green and I know that it's ready to be used for growth. And what we would do then is we would probably move this into the manipulator and then we would grow on it. So we'd start the recipe. And when we start that recipe, we would label it as growing. So anyone that looks at the system can see that it's growing. And in the meantime, you might want to move this one into the outgassing stage, save a bit of time, and start outgassing that. And then the state would be moved and you would say it's outgassed. And finally, sample one is going to be finished. We can set it to done, turns a nice blue, and we know it's ready to be taken out of the system. At which point you would transfer it back through into the load log and you could take it out and then analyze it. And you can repeat this over. So this is a nice way of understanding with the color system the state of the sample and where it is in the system, especially when you have multiple users. You can claim a sample in the system and say where it is. But what's also handy about this is you can actually write a description. So you can change the sample name. You can give a description here. You can say, you know, that it's gallium arsenide 001 from this supplier with this code. So you can really identify it. And this is a lot more information than you can get on a whiteboard. And it's really handy then because you have everything you need to know about the sample in order to fully track it. Okay, so that's the feature and that's how you use it. I hope you liked it and I hope you enjoyed the video.